I'm
Great
going
mug.
on an adventure
Great mug.
from Echo and Jack for Yule or my birthday. No, I can't remember. I think it was Yule. Well, I've got a birthday that's sort of close to Yule, so. So we're talking about the god and goddess, and I am Sterling Foxmoore, and we've taught many Wicca 101 in our past, and I have a cat behind me, so it's liking to bite me.
Cats do that. I have one. I think, yep, here's the tail. I have one too. Here. Let's see yours.
I have to rip it up now.
Look at that cute creature. It's like, don't hold me.
That's Fred.
Hi, Fred.
Yeah, it's like I'm not purring anymore. But we are talking about the god and the goddess. So paganism, Wicca, generally dualistic, masculine and feminine god and goddess, um, both equally important and equally revered. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today with my friend.
I'm Blythe. Um, and we'll talk probably about magical names as we get further into these lessons. We're going through the whole book. Um, Magical name, last name also Foxmoore, because we were initiated into the same coven. So that's what I use for these presentations. So I know we're
Sure.
talking about the god and the goddess.
Yep. How any of us come to terms with how we see our personal vision of the god or goddess is a lifelong quest, yet we all search to see until we have no breath. But the pagan thought through the ages has put forth the following premise forward. The earth is the great mother, the nurturing life bearer, the natural goddess that provides for all of our needs, much like our own mothers provide for us while we are babies. As we grow older, even though we carry through our mother's teachings, it becomes our responsibility to care for the Great Mother. Pagan philosophy also states that the earth is a total living body with all of its parts alive, much like we understand that our bodies are made up of millions of cells, which are like separate living units. All parts of the earth may be separate living units of the whole living body that we call Mother Earth. Each and every part is a living unit, and although our minds and reality may not always be able to comprehend all of life forms, they are still considered living units. We may not be able to see the growth or movement of a rock, yet it too is a living part of the Great Mother. We say the stones are the bones of the Mother. Though we cannot see the trees breathing or feel the heart beat in their limbs, we know that they are alive. From the smallest to the greatest beings, we are all interwoven parts of the living mother's body. The great mother is the goddess.
The sky is the great father, protector, provider, and watcher. And two, just as the mother stays to nurture the child, the father is all encompassing, protecting yet not caressing. Just as our earthly fathers provide for us by putting out their energy or working, the father sky holds the great sun to provide earth's warmth and energy so that we can all grow. The father who disciplines plays host to the winds that contour the weather, filter our breathing gases, and even hold our home together by hosting the magnetic pole that keeps the mother and father united. Gravity. The
Mm-hmm.
great father is vast, all powerful, majestic, and filled with awesome mystery. while our Great Mother is warm and beautiful and understanding. They are much like our own earthly parents. The Great Father is the God.
Throughout the religions of the world, we have found names for superhumans, heroes, and heroines, and taught them as ways to show what or who the god or goddess is. In truth, once again, the human mind and its inability to conceive of the greatness of the total must first understand the part. And so all the gods and goddesses are truly the god and goddess. And as we call to them, we call to the part of the whole that we actually understand and can relate to. Until we see or learn our own vision of the deities, we try to understand them by sharing other human beings' visions of the aspects of the total. That, in part, is why some people worship Christ or Buddha or Isis or Gaia or Confucius or Diana, yet all these are correct. Still, by seeing only the single deity like Christ or Isis, we limit ourselves to only part of the whole. I urge you to open your mind's eye and begin the search for the vision of our God and Goddess that is yours.
What do you think about that?
I think it ties in great to the homework that we give, which is to draw or write your vision of the God and Goddess. So take some time, take a pen or a pencil, colored markers, if you will, draw. Even if you're not a great artist, I think it's a good exercise to do. But you can also write, you can journal. A lot of times, I will ask people to close their eyes and envision God in their mind's eye. And usually more than half, sometimes the whole room, especially young people, is that image of old man in a throne. And this is Zeus. It is a common theme that exists. A lot of people don't see the young god, like the boy, all right, or maybe even the young man. But these are aspects of the total god that we would see. There is some nice aspects in other religions that may have a sort of an unseen god or a holy ghost. Um, so this is sometimes referred to as the king or the old man, but that men didn't always live as long as the women. So sometimes that last aspect would be uh, not the living God, but an invisible God or a spirit that has shaped the world. So an ancestor, if you will. What do you think of about deity?
The way that the goddess looks to me often is, the earth. And I realize that we as pagans, witches, Wiccans live in a wide variety of circumstances. And some of us are in the country and some of us are in an urban area. But right now is sort of that aspect of fecundity. Things are growing right now, and I really see, the warmth of the sun working together with the richness of the soil to create life. Um, I appreciate some of the other aspects of the goddess. I have, like many of us, lost people that matter, and I do see the sort of the crone aspect as being helpful as we work toward the end of our lives and deal with, the boundary between living and not living gets blurred, and sometimes she talks with us about limitations. And I also appreciate sort of the youth and vigor of the young goddess. And I should note that a lot of the young or the maiden goddesses weren't necessarily chaste. It's not that they avoided men. It was that they did not depend on men for or male gods for their
Yeah,
identity. They were complete within themselves. So
yeah.
it's not a literal interpretation of maiden. So we think a lot about, Diana, for example, of the hunt,
Mhm.
as the one of the moon maidens. And she was within herself, independent.
Yes. Yeah. And a common theme of the pagan vision of the goddess is that which you can touch. So the tactile, physical world. Um, Often we see Gabora, we see that sort of first Zephyro of the Kabbalah, which
Yes.
is like Gaia. Um, it is like the earth you can touch, all things of the natural world, and which is beautiful. And to contrast that, the God, which is untouchable in the sense of the wind and light. Um, so you have this contrast of sort of the tangible and the intangible between the god and the goddess, which I think is the sort of the center force, if you will. People hear restriction and they're like, there's almost like a drawback, but restriction is like gravity, and without gravity, there's no life, and you can't go anywhere and you can't do anything. So you need friction, you need gravity, you need resistance in order to move forward. So it's just a thought, a consideration, something to think upon. So it's a good and beautiful meditation, I think.
As always, we appreciate you. If
Absolutely.
you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe.
We appreciate it.